So on that note, how you feel about Alpo passing?
I have no feelings about him passing. It's like, it's just like kind of what I was just saying about, yo, I told Poe years and years ago, I said, yo, bro, if you keep on moving around like you moving around, your ass is gonna die. You're going to fucking prison. I used to tell Poe, Poe was one of the first cats I said, yo, bro, this is not your personal platform for self-aggrandizement. This is not your personal stage for you to just, we were in the fever at the bar. And you can, his son, Gumby, good dude. As is Paparazzi. I like both of those young men. Mm-hmm. And we've had conversations. And Paparazzi was the one, after him and my cousin Farris's son Fabak got into whatever they got into, somebody said that somebody hit me one day, my little homies hit me one day and said, yo, my man just hit me. He said, yo, you beefing with so such. I was like, yo, bro, I don't beef. I never did in my whole life. Anybody that know me know that. I don't beef. I don't do beef.
Right.
Ain't no ongoing nothing. Ain't no face fighting, ain't no nothing. We got an issue, we're gonna remedy that shit immediately. Not in a day, not in a week, immediately. There is no ongoing nothing. Never has been with me, ever.
Right.
Ever. And there's plenty of motherfuckers that could tell you that. Ain't nobody walking around saying, yeah, we had a beef. Nobody. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he knocked me the fuck out. But I respect him. You know what I mean? So, like, when my man called me and said, yo, you beefing with someone? I was like, nah. He said, yo, nigga said he beefing with the Don Diva nigga. And I'm like, oh, Don Diva nigga? The only nigga I know from Don Diva's Cavario. Now, this is like, what, 2017 maybe? Something like that. He said, the only thing I know, 18 maybe. He said, the only thing I know Don Diva is Cavario. So he called me and asked me. I said, nah. So I said, what was it about? He said, well, he said you got on the dude from Don Diva got on the K Slade. No,
Phone Master Flex.
Master Flex.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
And said this or that, whatever. I said, I said, no, that's my I said, that's my cousin's son. And so my cousin wasn't home yet. So I called him and I called Fayback and I said, yo, what's going on? You got a problem with somebody? He said, yeah, man, this nigga Paparazzi Poe, man, this nigga Poe. I said, yo, I said, get him. No, Gumby. No, he was actually beefing with Gumby. Well, I think he might have been beefing with both of them, but yeah, I think it was the thing because they were kind of, the brothers were on their side or whatever. So I said, yo, get them on the phone. Because what I don't want is, my cousin's about to come home, before he came home. I said, I don't want anything to happen to his son before he gets home, at all. But I don't want him to, be in there and something happen to his fucking son.
Right.
So I get him on the phone. I get Gummy on the phone, and I talk to him. And because Fayback had his number. So he's like, yo, he ain't gonna talk to me, whatever. So I said, give me someone to call him. I called him, and I told him who I was, and he told me what happened, whatever. And so we talked for a minute, and I said, I want you to know who you're talking to. So I want you to call your father and get him on the phone, and then call me back. So he said, all right. So he called them, and then they called me about 45 minutes later. And this is the first time I'd spoken to him since the 80s. And, we talking, whatever, and, and it ended up turning into like a counseling session between, the two of them. Because, they don't know each other. He wasn't, I think Gumby was like 3 years old when he went to prison. So Gumby was raised by a solid dude, a well-liked and respected solid guy. And Poe told him, he's like, yo, I'm trying to get along with the kid, talking about his,
son.
Gumby. I just, I told him, I said, look, man, I don't know about being no father, man. I ain't had no father, And you know what I'm saying? I was I was in the street. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no, I ain't no father. I don't know if be no father. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying? You know, we could be cool. We could build. You know what I'm saying? Build a relationship, whatever. You know. But you know what I'm saying? I don't know about your father. Man. So you know, we was talking for a while, whatever. And then you know, I started telling uh, uh, Gumby about, you know, how his father was back in the days and all that. And I said, I said, Poe, tell him how I used to uh, pull you over, pull you up, stop you in the club and or the rooftop, whatever, and or catch you in, you know, in colonial projects, whatever. Be like, yo, bro, like what the fuck is up, man? What are you doing? What do you think this is? You just zipping up and down the fucking street and doing U-turns, spinning around and fucking all kind of like what type of shit do you think this is, my nigga? Yo, come on, I'm just trying to have fun, man. I'm just trying to, you know what I said, my nigga, this is not for fun. This is not for fun. I said, what you're doing is detrimental to us all because you're drawing undue attention to a thing that was never meant to get any attention. Now, if you're not at least 40 years old, you're thinking, what? What you mean not meant to get attention? That's all it's for. That's because you don't got no fucking business in this shit, in the thing. It is not about getting attention at all. That's the exact opposite of it. You know who made that shit up? Motherfuckers who didn't know what the fuck they were doing and got their hands on a little bit of crack money and decided they were going to do the things they were seeing because they couldn't hear the things we were saying. So they said, we're going to do the things we're seeing. We see them dress like this, drive like that, and act like this. They see the behaviors, but they didn't understand the context. They didn't understand where and when you do those things. But yeah, this is definitely not for attention. And I used to get on him all the time when I see him, right? So we talked about that, and he verified it for his son. He's like, yeah, he used to pull me up. He used to stop me. He used to talk to me all the fucking time, trying to get me to chill the fuck out.
Right.
You know what
Did
I mean?
you see Poe when he came on?
No, we talked.
Oh.
That was the first time we talked. And then we talked a few more times, maybe like a dozen times, whatever. That when he was dealing with the gully kid, because he was trying to find a way. He was trying to find somewhere where he could get, you know, some type of money, whatever. And I kept telling him, I said, you know, the unfortunate fact of the matter is, my nigga, they already think they know your story. Between all the mentions and songs and all the interviews people did on the internet and the movie. Nigga, they picked that bone, they picked that body dry. There's nothing but bones there. They don't think there's anything else they can get out of you that they're of value. And that's the issue. Your difficulty is going to be in trying to convince someone that you still have something of value to the market, because at the end of the day, you're a product. Nobody cares about you. They only care about the adventures of you, and they think they've already purchased those. They've already consumed those. No, but the gully kid telling me he can get me a deal, this, that, and the other, whatever. I say, I don't think that dude can get you a deal. I've been doing this shit a long fucking time. I don't think that dude can get you a deal. I don't believe that, and I don't think that he has. I don't think he has his marbles, to be honest with you. You know what I mean?
I mean, it ain't hard to get him a deal. Will it be the right deal? Will it be
No. He wanted. He's like, I just want a couple of 100,000, whatever. I said, man, you're gonna have to build value. You think it's already out here built, but it's really not. People are consuming because the shit is free and loose. You're trying to monetize it. It's already been monetized, right? So you're going to have to do a series of well-placed interviews with the proper platforms and create a new level of interest and intrigue, which means you can't go in and telling motherfuckers every goddamn thing. You gotta wet their whistle. You gotta get motherfuckers to be like, yo, what was that? What was he talking about? He ain't really go in like that. You know, like you gotta get people feeling like
he had a deal on the table when he got killed. You know he was dating Misa, right? Puffy Baby.
Well, he had. Well, since you mentioned it, he had more than a deal. He had more than a deal.
Oh, it was done?
Yeah, his shit went through, but obviously, you know, he fucked that up. You know what I'm saying? But you know, he didn't.
Were
I
you,
don't think.
were
I
you
don't think he
surprised when
wanted
you
to
heard
go
he got
home.
killed?
Not at all. Not at all. We talked about that shit. He's like, he didn't care, bro. He didn't give a fuck. Like he didn't know how to be 60-year-old Alpo. Alpo? Like, really? It was a ridiculous persona, 40 years ago. But
Yeah.
to be a old, old ass fucking ex drug dealer who really did himself, you destroyed your brand as such as it were. Like, you really want to be remembered as, the guy who did all of the worst things you can do in the life? You really want that to like be your ultimate legacy?
Hell yeah, he did.
He really didn't. He wanted people to understand things like, Rich was no angel. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
He wanted people to understand that you betrayed your friend, your brother, someone whose family took you like family, and you don't want to look at that. You want to look at, Rich did dirt too. He did funky shit to motherfuckers he knew too, and all that, whatever.
Right.
Now, there was no YouTube and that shit back then. So not only was there no YouTube or phone cameras, it was also no like regular niggas in street nigga business. And if you thought you saw something, you whispered about that shit to somebody you was close to.
Yeah, you wasn't. Yeah,
right. So it's a lot of shit that happened back in them days that people don't know shit about unless you were there. You don't know shit about this shit.
I think that he still had a story to tell because nobody knows his.
Oh, I know he still had a story to tell. I'm
Right.
saying what they think. The consumers of this type of content, you do know that it ain't street people that this type of stuff is made for. It's the people outside of the culture that are enamored and attracted to that shit.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? Which is the majority of society. The majority of fucking society is not in the street. Even the majority of the hood is not in the street.
It's the same way like we all embrace Scarface.
Right.
That wasn't our culture. We wasn't Cuban and all that other stuff. We didn't live in Miami. But I'm telling you, when that Scarface goddamn movie hit, everybody in the world wanted to be a drug dealer and sell motherfucking cocaine.
The thing is, when that movie came out, I took about half a dozen dudes from my block on the concourse to go see it at the Valentine.
Oh, it's Spice. Oh, the Valentine.
Yeah, on Fordham Road between
Fordham Road and Valentine.
right like a couple of blocks before Jerome.
Yeah,
with right next to where BIM used to be. And so we went in there. We went early. We've been waiting for this movie, right? We went early, and so we come out of the movie theater, and my little homies from the neighborhood, whatever, they was like, "Oh, that shit was crazy," like used to do, coming out the karate movies. Everybody doing karate, and shit, right? And I come out that motherfucker. I'm already in the street. This is '83. I've been in the street 3 years already. So I'm walking like I'm in a daze, like. This shit got me so uneasy. I go home and I tell my mother, I said, Ma, they showed everything. They know everything, Ma. They had everything on the screen. And she said, motherfucker, I've been telling you since you was a kid that they know everything. That's why it's not what you do, it's how you do it. You think that they know what's happening in Russia and they know what's happening in China, and they don't know what the fuck is happening here?
right.
Of course they do. And that's shit like that is what kept me in place.
Right.
Like that. That's what kept me from, no matter how much money I was making, keeping a relatively low profile. The people who were the people whom all these people are talking about now from back then, all those people knew me, and all of them knew me to get money. And not all of them are dead. Not all of them are dead. Some of them are now home from prison. Some of them are still in prison, and some of them are are 20 years older than me, and they were people in the thing, so they knew who was who in the thing. But if you weren't in the thing, there's a good chance you didn't know. Really, you might have been aware that I do something,
Right.
but you had no idea the level on which I was doing it. No idea whatsoever, because I was taught by the real ones. And rule one is bear no witness. So
my thing has always been this.
Rule 3 too, bear no witness. But rule 4, this is your business, not show business, motherfucker. You want to be famous. My mother said, you want to be famous, write a book.
Yeah, I like that saying. It's your business, not show business.
My mother, she was telling me that in 75, 76.
Right.
When the majority of the people in my neighborhood in Harlem didn't know what drugs were. They knew people were selling drugs and buying drugs and using drugs, but they wouldn't know a drug from a bug. But they were in the hood though. Like they from around here.
Right.
That didn't mean shit. It didn't mean that you were a street person just because you from around here. Biggest fucking mistake ever made. That right there. All those people who lost their lives and lost their freedom and lost their minds because they thought simply by being from around here, I must be a street nigga. I must be a street nigga. I'm from around this neighborhood. I must be a street nigga. Yo, give me some work. Yeah, man, I'm a street nigga.
Thanks, man. Nobody, not me. That street nigga shit is that mentality had a lot of kids miss a lot of education. You know what I'm saying? The time they wasted in the street, they could have graduated college with a damn bachelor's, some a master's, some with even a doctorates. You get what I'm saying? So it's crazy. But look, bro, I'm gonna let you go.
Somebody asked me to finish Zeno's book. No, haven't started it. Teal Butterfly. Haven't started it. He just hit me again about this. Like, I guess he must be talking about it again because other people hit me about it, and then he hit me the other day about it. He hit me. He's like, "Yo, I want to do this shit." So he said he wants.
Zeno have a good book. Like he's like,
if he wants to tell the whole truth, I won't do it if you don't want to tell the whole truth, bro. And it ain't pretty. Like when I did Raised by Wolves, I don't look great on every page. I told the truth because I knew that the truth was the only thing that was going to be of service to anybody. Right. If I didn't tell people the truth, what would they gain? Right. Another story about a nigga. I had this and I did that and I had that and I did this. What the fuck is the value of that? I told the truth, the harsh reality, the psychological and emotional and physical harsh reality. My family is 3 generations steeped in that motherfucking game. My family was in the dope game in the fucking 50s. I was born into that in my house, not my neighborhood, not my building, not my block, not some guy around the neighborhood. My family, my mother, my father, class 1 narcotic offenders, stone cold fucking killers. Shit that y'all only know from movies. Who's your mother and father? Who raised you? And how did you suddenly become a street person? Motherfuckers can say what they want to say. Most of y'all don't have the wherewithal to fucking tie your sneakers without falling on your face. And that's a fucking fact. I'm old enough to be the father for the majority of you motherfuckers. That's a fact.
Ain't nothing to be my father, nigga. You was still in Pampers.
Yeah. No. I'm 5 years older than you, but I have seen so many lifetimes, bro. Right. So many lifetimes.
Right.
There are but so many dynamics to the human experience, bro. By the time you're 11, 12 years old, if you've had any degree of exposure, you've not been one of those kids who was kept in the house and made to go inside when the street lights came on, whatever. By the time you're 12, 13 years old, you have pretty much seen all that there is to see in or experienced in this life. As you get older,
I ain't lying, nigga. I done seen a murder. I seen a jail cell. I seen I was in cuffs at 13. I was on probation, all that by 13.
Right.
So I
But
understand what you're saying.
right. And those are just small, minute things. Like even within each one of those experiences you just mentioned, within those experiences are an expanse of experiences. So if you pulled the seeing the murder, you took that, you said, all right, you push the button, seeing the murder, the experience of seeing the murder, the impact of the experience of seeing the murder. When you hit that like a tab, that should infinite drop list of all the other experiences, psychological and emotional experiences that go along with that, right? There are but so many things you experience in this lifetime, and after you've experienced them, it's just varying degrees of the same shit. When you get 10, it's more of this and less of that when you were 6. But when you get 16, it's more of this and less of that from when you were 10. It's this all of it is happening all the time, but it's based upon where you are in your life at that point and what's important to you at that point.
Right.
You're going to be focused on this aspect of reality. But the moment that your priorities shift, just like this, all of a sudden you're like, oh shit, where this come from? It's been there. It's fucking been there. It just wasn't a priority to you, but it's been there. It's not new. It didn't just magically come into existence. It's been there. And if you were paying attention to it, you would have realized that whatever it is you're seeing, you've been seeing. It just wasn't a priority for you to make it a conscious awareness. But you've seen it already. You've experienced it already. Now you're just focused on that experience. So now it seems like a new experience. This is a new conscious experience. But subconsciously, you've seen it all. You've heard it all. You've all of it.
Yeah, depending on where you grew up at.
Depending on where you grew up. And realistically,
13, I'm talking about walking outside, going to school, and it's a nigga dead in the staircase, or a nigga dead in front of the buildings, or you stepping around the pool of blood. Nigga, you ain't even 14 yet. And you conditioned to, well, from my projects, I ain't saying everybody had that experience, but that type of stuff, I seen a dude jump off the roof when I was in elementary school. I probably was in like the 3rd or 4th grade. We all looking, there's a dude on the roof, and you just hear one of his students scream. We all look, see the dude come down from what building was that? 1160 or 70. Boom! He was smoking dust. Time we got out of school, went out, you could see the nigga whole body in the grass print like he was making an angel or something. Like,
I know a nigga that happened to my man Jab, my man Arnold. He did that. Executive Towers.
You know what I'm saying? And this is before I'm even 14. You know what I'm saying? So you kind of desensitized. I was kind of desensitized. By the time 15, my pops died, I ain't even cry. And I was wondering why the fuck I can't cry. I felt bad that I didn't cry when my pops died. But
that's trauma.
Yeah, there you go.
PTSD.
Yeah.
That's what that is. That's what that shit is. Before I understood these things, I responded to them in a way that seemed logical, based upon the degree of understanding that I had. You know what I'm saying? And I used to fuck people up, bro. I used to fuck people up. Like, people making some of these comments, some of these ignorant little nigga bitches that's on here making these comments and shit like that. Like, I'd take a pair of pliers and pull your teeth out. I did that. I mean, like, people know me for that. I do that. I pull your teeth out with pliers. Hydraulic.
Chill. Don't give nobody no ideas, please.
I mean, you're right. You're right.
I let people think all the stuff they want about me. They can think, I'm pussy. But there's some niggas that will tell them that nigga's crazy. You better leave that nigga alone. But I just let niggas do what they want to do.
But the thing is, like, these people, these I mean, not for nothing, but these unrealized, unactualized, you're doing nothing with your life. You're doing shit with your life. these ignorant ass little, like, these are the monkeys that I'm talking
Those are the ones I'm talking about. They like you don't pay no attention to
these
that.
are the mental health issues. These are the motherfuckers that contemplate, that get up every day and go, I don't know why I'm up. I don't know why I'm alive. What am I doing? What is my Goddess Sekhmet? You're a mentally disturbed person. What is this? The Moon Dog. You're a mentally disturbed person. Like
See
like
that you doing what they want you to do
I
is
know,
acknowledge them.
I know.
That's the part of the trick.
That's the shout out. That's the shout out. You want the shout out.
Yeah. You say the worst thing to get your attention.
That's like, there you go. You got it. I hope that now the thing is,
I see niggas that hate me in here.
What's the point? What's the point? So, oh shit, he said my name. Hey, asshole, that's not your name. My name is Cavario. I didn't make that up. That's my name. Been my name for 54 fucking years. That's my name. And I ain't never had to change it or make it something different. And it stands for something everywhere I go. What's your fucking name? Who are you? Hiding behind your pseudonyms and all type of shit. Because before they made the internet and then gave a jackass access to it, you were insignificant. I mean, you're insignificant now, but nobody was interested in what you had to say. There are people who have all this internet following and whatever have you. Prior to them getting on the internet and making up a name and then taking a little bit from this person who got some attention, a little bit from that person who got some attention, a little bit from this person who got some attention, and incorporating that into the character that the name is representative of. Prior to doing that, ask anybody who is from where they're from, do they know so-and-so, such and such? They'd be like, who? No, I never heard of them. Don't nobody around here know them.
Right.
Oh, I know. Oh, I seen them online. Oh, yeah, that's ain't that little so-and-so used to come home from school, go right in the house, always never came outside. That's who you motherfuckers are. Motherfucker, I've been outside, man. Google me, you bitch ass. Google me. Y'all got stories. I got proof. Hey, y'all out your fucking mind. I really do feel like having the psychological understanding that I do have empathy for them. I do have compassion for them. I do know what has been done to us systematically. I do know that. And if I were better rested, like if I wasn't as tired as I am, I wouldn't be showing my teeth like I've been. I don't practice that stuff. I don't practice that. I practice behaving in the way that I am trying to encourage my brethren and my sister to behave, right. to be compassionate towards one another. You know what I mean? To be understanding to one another. So, you don't like that, huh? Yeah, that's my wife.
All right, we gonna let you go, man, because I know she been waiting for you to get home. You've been on here for about 3-4 hours.
You just wanted to meet me at the door.
Yeah, I just wanted to meet you at the door. I tell you, I came home the other day and the door was like, I said, what is the fucking door like? We live in the woods. Ain't nobody. Hey, that's true. That's why we got this guy though. Talking about my dog.
Yeah, so look, man.
Interesting. This has been some interesting shit here.
Oh yeah, yes, it has.
It really has. And like I said, bro, I don't engage this stuff. This is why I never responded to any of the things that these idiots have like people I've never met before in life. I know for a fact, and anybody that knows me knows this for a fact. Mm-hmm. If you really knew me, you would not be doing that. That's a fact. Right. That's why anybody who really knows me has looked at these fucking idiots who've been getting on their little cameras and popping all kinds of shit. And I've never seen one of those videos. I never watched one of them. No matter how many times people call me and said, you know, yo, who this nigga? Yo, you want me to? I'm like, don't do shit. Ignore that motherfucker like me. Don't do shit. You know how many times I've had to run after knocking a nigga on this motherfucking ass, popping shit like he's so fucking tough, whole ass nigga can't take a fucking punch. And as soon as they ass wake up, it's call the police. You know how many times I've been caught up in that type of shit? Popping mad shit. Ma! As soon as a motherfucker come to, yo, nigga, hit me, call police. But it's popping mad shit. These motherfuckers exist. My little brother is in Colombia. He's in a Ivy League college today.
Right.
3.5 years ago, he came home. He had gotten his master's, his bachelor's in psychology while he was in Sing Sing. Right. He did 10 years in Sing Sing for murder, intent murder on a nigga, two niggas who went for tough. And the nigga who was the antagonist, the one who put the other nigga up that ended up getting his head knocked off, he survived, but he got another nigga head knocked off, trying to act like a tough guy or whatever.
Right.
And my brother, my younger brother, he was the neighborhood, the official neighborhood tough guy, right? Y'all know who Monster is, 55th. Y'all know who it is, Polo Grounds. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what the fuck it is. Why this nigga, the antagonist, the nigga who created the situation, who had to press it, why this motherfucker, he gets locked up because he had another case where he shot some random kid, some civilian. So he gets locked up to go do his time. And so my brother's on the run from hitting him and his man. Why this nigga sat in there calling shots as a captain in the Bloods, while waiting, assuring the detectives, oh yeah, when you bring him, when you catch him, yeah, I'll testify. You in jail, calling shots in the whole nine, waiting for them to catch my brother so that you can testify. Y'all had better stop falling for them fucking suckers running around out here acting like they tough. These niggas have mental issues. No grown ass man is going to be antagonizing and fucking with another grown ass man that they've never met before in their fucking life because they think they know what they're looking at. You don't know what the fuck you looking at. I know you don't because I know ain't nowhere in the fucking world you really want what comes with what you looking at. So you don't know what you're looking at.
Amen, brother. Amen. This is why I don't feed into people. People send me stuff, say, hey, so-and-so said something about you. And you watched it? Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Niggas want to stir the shit pot.
Yeah.
Stir the shit pot.
Mm-hmm. Now, I've been through too much.
Only flies want to be all in the shit, bro. Niggas a bunch of fucking insects, man. Bunch of fucking insects. Bunch of malcontent, miserable, low self-esteem having, ignorant jackass motherfuckers who just don't know how to end their miserable, pointless existences. That's the truth. That's the truth.
All they gotta do is just put something in their mouth and wait for their finger to get itchy.
They right. Exactly.
Scratch it with that thing that's hanging.
Exactly, nigga. Problem solved.
Right.
Problem solved. But you know, to be, you know, right and proper, I'm not making light of the condition of a person being so depressed and so dissatisfied with their life that they don't want to be here. I'm not making light of that. That's serious.
Right.
There are good people who just don't have a sense of direction and a sense of purpose that is strong enough to make them want to stay here. They think because they believe what they see, especially young ones. They think that because they see the things they see, they think that those things are real, and they think that everybody's having a great and wonderful life but them.
Right.
You know, and that's a terrible condition to be in. That's a terrible state to be in where you don't feel like your life is worth living. You know, and you know, I'm being, you know, I got kind of a dark sense of humor, but in all seriousness, if you're thinking about harming yourself, if you're thinking your life is pointless or purposeless or directionless, yo, talk to somebody. Find somebody to. There are numbers that you can call that people will. They don't have to know who you are or nothing,
Yeah.
man.
Man,
They will
they'll
pick
talk
up
to
that
you.
phone and they will talk to you.
Yeah, they will.
And they will help you to. They will help to remind you that your life has infinite potential. You just have to do something that you weren't willing to do before, so you can have a different experience. That's it. But if you're stuck in this bullshit identity that you inherited from a bunch of ignorant people in your environment, and that identity in your mind, that identity, well, shit, the person I think I am don't read. The person I think I am don't call no helpline. The person I think I am don't get no fucking counseling. Really? Well, the person you think you are is not going to be the one suffering.
Right.
You, the actual person you are,
Person will suffer.
that's who's going to be suffering. That's
Exactly
who
right.
is suffering, and you know it,
Yeah, 100%.
right?
100%.
Yeah. And by the way, all those dudes or those couple of dudes, those few dudes that I've been told that have made disparaging remarks about me, never spoke to me before in their life, don't know me at all, whatever. You know how many times I've been DM'd by people who I guess are close to them, trying to say,
A lot, because I get that.
yo, live here, be here. This got this going on.
Yeah.
Listen, y'all ain't got no money to hide. Y'all ain't got no money to. I'm about to walk outside and walk around on my property for about an hour. It takes me about an hour to walk around it. This one. That's what I'm gonna do. While y'all fucking off and making dumbass motherfucking comments, and you're spending all your time on here instead of trying to actually create a life for yourself, nigga, I'm living a life. Believe you me, when you see me smiling, it's because I am fucking happy.
Right.
For real. I'm really actually fucking happy. Been like this a long
Stay happy, brother.
time.
Stay happy, because everybody out here